Well, it's been a while since we've done a double feature, so let's talk about one. Because this time we're looking at both of the Weekend at Bernie films. Huh. But then again, like say, the films, both the films are about going on vacation to different locations. Like the first one was about, having, a party at their boss's house and all that. Second one was about them going on vacation to the Virgin Islands. You know, I like this shirt. But at the same time, it's not giving me that atmosphere of I'm on vacation. Let's change that. I want a diamond ring, I want some bracelets. Whew. That feels more freeing. So yeah, we're about to talk about both of the Weekend at Bernie movies. Let's talk about the first one. So, I had never seen this film before. I'd never seen either of these two films. But I've always had, kind of like, had the idea of it, I think. Like, say someone gets knocked out, and suddenly they're having to pretend, like, hey, actually they're awake. Like, hey, no, they're okay. I'm thinking that would be, say, the episode in Drake and Josh where, a celebrity gets unconscious and...
Alright, make this look good. I can't believe it. It's working, told you.
And Drake and Josh are having to pretend like she's awake for her movie premiere. But what was the original film Weekend at Bernie's about? Well, it tells the story of two young insurance corporation employees who discover that their boss, Bernie, is dead after arriving at his house in the Hamptons, while attempting to convince people that Bernie is still alive until they can leave to prevent them from being falsely suspected for causing his death.
Sure. Ow! Ooh, what was... Oh. Quite a ride, huh, Bern?
They discovered that Bernie, in fact, had ordered their killing to cover up his embezzlement. So this was a film I never thought, say, okay, so the mob is in this film. Say, at first, the gang, in this case, Richard and Larry, they discovered the issue, on a very hot day, because, they don't want to go to the office. Well, they have to, but Larry's say, let's go to the beach. And by going to the beach, that means, going to the top of their building and laying in a pool. But they eventually discover, say, oh my gosh, say, if we give this to our boss, he will give us a promotion. And then they have that meeting, and they go say, my boys, my good boys, you shall be rewarded. So he invites them over to their, their party, his party house. And I gotta say, to ask this question, because, yes, the getup they have him wear, which is just, say, sunglasses and all that, and it makes me question, say, yes, when the party folks first start to arrive, it's say, wait, how were they not realizing it?
Should have been out there sailing with us today, Bernie. Sun was fabulous, wind was fabulous, we had a great time. Oh, hi, guys. Hi. Love you, darling, just love you. You could use a little sun. I'm going out again tomorrow if you want to go. Lie on the deck, catch those rays. Don't worry, I'll help myself.
He's dead.
That's the idea, is it?
And, one thing that happens is, before they get to the island, though, Richard had, Case Gwen, who, he invited her to his house, but he lives at, with his parents' folks. And apparently, the dad in the film is played by the director.
Excuse me. My aunt is very sick. What?
I did find it kind of funny because I think we've all had those moments when we're trying to invite someone over and like just like say, shh, shh. Let's just like, okay, let's not have the lights too on because we don't want like say someone to wake up and all that. Um, I can be honest and say like yes, this is a film about two guys that are trying to make it like say, their boss like others don't discover that their boss has passed away and all that. Like throughout the film, there is like a a hitman who's part of the the almost the not real mafia. Like one of the folks, um like they're all trying to feel like say okay they're all trying to like say hey Bernie like say I'm gonna give you a deal and all that. Well, one thing that happens is that Bernie is cheating. He is having a relationship with the, like, say, the girl of a mob boss. And at one point, she just thinks he is cheating because he doesn't show up. And he. Oh my god, like, say, it's like, say, there are some moments where I just, like, say, okay, this is a dark film when it comes to the humor. Because she, yeah, like, yes, for the entire time, like, yeah, we realize Bernie's dead. So. Blah, blah. And when and so eventually, like, see, there are some moments, but one of the moments I feel like, say, okay, I'm finally getting into this, is, like, see, when Larry and Richard, they're trying to get Bernie back to the house because, like, there is a guy that's chasing after them to prove, like, say, like, no, he's dead, and all that. They end up getting in taking Bernie's boat to try to get away. And it ends up happening is Bernie ends up getting thrown off the boat, and like he ends up water skiing, and like he's constantly hitting things on the way. And
Do you hear something? There it is again. Yeah. I wonder what that is. What is that?
all that. See, I thought this film was funny. Like there are, as like say, some moments where I'm like, okay. Like there's a sequence in which a kid is bearing Larry. I mean no, Bernie, and all that. Yeah, like you have like say some of things that would probably be very common when folks are trying or TV shows or other films are trying to um have the idea of this, like the sequence in which like say Larry is like like using strings to make it look like Bernie saying say hi and all that. But I do love the ending. It kind of reminded me of the episode of The Simpsons in which like Bernie's body is put on uh a gurney, and the like say part of his like rolling gurney, it rolls out of the um ambulance van, and then it lands into like say where Richard, Larry, and Gwen are.
Hi, Bernie! See you at the party tonight!
What? What did she say?
And every time, like, he ends up appearing in other places where it's falling off balconies or not, it's suddenly just, like, say, he's got his, like, he's got his sunglasses on, but he's got the biggest, goofiest smile. It's so silly that it's just, like, say, okay, I'm getting behind this movie, I'm getting behind it, but eventually, after this film, they probably say, let's do it again. Let's do it again. When they decided to make the sequel film, A Weekend at Bernie's 2. Taking place a few days after the first film, it tells the story of Larry and Richard once again ending up with their late boss's corpse, which is targeted by a voodoo queen hired by mobsters who want to find the $200 million that Bernie had embezzled, which are somewhere in the Virgin Islands. Because you know that old, cliche of, oh, someone embezzled something, it's hidden in the islands, and all that. And one thing that's a bit different in this one is that a voodoo spell is performed on Bernie, and even though he's dead, when he hears the sound of music, he gets into the beat.
It's like the fool said, he's leading us to the money.
And all that. At first I just thought, okay, I know this is gonna be bad. Because, we get Bernie's too. Even the poster, it feels huh, okay, we're not gonna, do much and all that. But I'm gonna be honest and say, yes, the idea of this and the fact that they two friends, I feel like the idea for this one was that basically, we're gonna go on vacation and all that. But at the same time, there are some hilarious moments, at least I think so, in that, there's one moment in which Bernie, he's, just rolling around outside because when they first get to the islands, Bernie has been, put in a cooler. They stuff him in a suitcase. And it's just yes, I can suspend disbelief for a bit, for the first film. But for this one, how is it that no one notices, and at the same time, it's been a few days since Bernie passed in the first film, and it makes you wonder, how does he not rank? Well, one thing they do is, they meet a new girl, and they are trying to use Bernie to try to, where the treasure is buried. Oh, well, there's another sequence in which, Bernie's, having fun at one night, and then he ends up meeting a couple who, are having an argument, and the dude just, starts to wail on Bernie, but then Bernie's, dead body just goes, and all that.
Anywhere.
Oh, yeah? Who said so?
I do.
Oh. What are you doing? Stop it! See, Arnold, he's not afraid of you. Arnold, why do you have to hit everybody? Who do you think you are? You always have to beat everybody up.
I know this is not good. No, it's not. But there's a moment where I just thought, okay, I can get behind this. There's a sequence in which, they find the treasure underwater. So what ends up happening is, I think, Larry, he ends up shooting, a spear gun, and it ends up going through Bernie's head. Uh-oh. What they end up doing is, say they found, okay, we found the treasure. We need to get away, and all that. And because, like, say Bernie's gotten hurt, well, a tour bus, or, like, like, one that has a horse, everyone, like, even the guy that's, like, commandeering the wagon and all that, gets scared, runs away. So they use Bernie playing music to run. And at one point, the entire thing goes downhill. Downhill. I lost my...
Got it, Richie. We're okay. We're okay. We're not okay. We're not okay. Blair.
Slow it
Blair.
down!
Slow it down.
Don't breathe! Don't breathe!
Ah!
Richie, breathe!
Bernie, Doc. I told you. Look at...
This part was hilarious. I thought... I know someone's confused, like, say... Oh... Oh... But I'm gonna say this. I've seen so many movies with this film, with this show, that I'm just like, say, yeah, this is, like, yeah, I can see some moments in some films where it's just like, say, like, okay, there's something to laugh at here.
Bernie?
And all that. Well, there's also two mobster guys who were trying to find Bernie in the body and, like, the end of the gas. So at one point they are constantly getting in trouble. At one point they get the mob boss, like, she basically puts a curse on Richard, and they need the blood of a virgin. So Larry volunteers.
You?
Just take the blood, Doc.
To, like, give his blood. And they decide to, like, they take some of the money and have a boat with a crew of ladies.
Hello, ladies. To us, Richie.
And that's, at the end of it, the two gangsters, they get turned into goats. Which is obviously just some ghosts they had previously in the film, and they decided to do some, voiceover work. Anyway.
Where the hell is he taking us?
I don't know. Well, at least we got to see the carnival.
Yeah, I ain't think we was gonna be the carnival.
So yes, I can understand, like, why someone would say, this is terrible. But at the same time, I'm saying, like, yes, I laughed at this one. I laughed at both of these films. The greatest, perhaps greatest black comedies ever? No. But I got something out of them. Here's the thing, when it comes to, like, bad movies, when you get at least something, you can at least find something of value when it comes to something that might be perceived as bad. But that's just how I feel about it. See ya!